Hello, dear students. Today we are going to learn about political, social, economic condition during the medieval period. So early medieval period. Okay. Before that, I want to give you some review that you have learned about some different names of India like Hindustan. Then here you can see Sapta Sindhu. Okay, you have learned. So I hope you have understood. And here one thing very important here, you can see info capsule. Indu is the current Chinese word for India. That means in Chinese word it called Indu. The sound like Hindu and Sindhu. Sound like Hindu and Sindhu. So today what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about medieval period, some rulers. So already I have said medieval. So that time two part, early medieval, if you have seen my introduction, and late medieval. Okay, early and late medieval, these two part. So here what we'll see that early medieval, from the early medieval, mostly from the ancient time, political condition was that political condition, Harshavardhana was the last imperial ruler of North India and Central India, while you can see here Harshavardhana and Chalukya name. Okay, Harshavardhana mostly ruled in a which part? In a North India part, and Chalukya in a south part ruled. Okay, you can see Harshavardhana and the Chalukya. So this is Harshavardhana and Chalukya. Harshavardhana north, Chalukya south. Okay, they ruled. After them what happened? After them they started a scramble for territorial possession among their feudatories, among their princes. So after them what happened? Lots of territory, means you know na, that many king prince fight for the place. So after them what happened? Fight for the place, and with that what slowly our ancient period going to finish. So slowly in the end of the ancient period we'll see some other dynasties. Okay, we'll see some other dynasties. Among that you can see here Rashtrakutas in Deccan place, Gurjara Patiharas, Malwa Palas in Bengal. So here you can see what I'll show you one pic about this Rashtrakutas, Gurjaras, where they fought. You can see here Gurjara were mostly North India side, Palas in mostly East India side, east side, and Rashtrakutas in the South India side. These three dynasties basically fought for very small, very clearly not here. You can see Kanauj. Okay, I'll show you a little bit. So here you can see Kanauj. This Kanauj, they fought for this Kanauj place. These three dynasty, they fought for this Kanauj place. Understood? Kanauj, why Kanauj? For Kanauj place they fought because Kanauj was that time very prosperous for trade, for business, very prosperous. That's why they fought for Kanauj. Then what happened? They fought for Kanauj. Later what happened? Nagabhatta, later the Gurjara Pratihara chief Nagabhatta laid down dynasty in Kanauj. Okay, laid down dynasty in Kanauj. Who? Gurjara Patiharas Nagabhatta. Okay, you can see in your book Nagabhatta. So Nagabhatta, he laid dynasty in Kanauj. And after that what happened? This Kanauj dynasty slowly declined when Muhammad of Ghazni entered. What happened actually during early medieval period? Our India was, you can see, India was fragmented over 100 regional kingdoms. So here many kingdoms from these all kingdoms, what many regional kingdoms fought for own territories. They want power. They want what? They wanted power. They fought. So many regional kingdoms they fought, wanted power. Many regional kingdoms also came up, and that time what there was, what you can see here, in that dynasties in the same region acted deterrent to the development of feeling of loyalty and emotion attachment toward the ruler, especially among their subject. So slowly what happened, their loyalty, then emotion, this becoming so less among the rulers, and also on under any kingdom, their military power becomes slowly what, less. Military power become slowly less. And that time what happened, that time whatever the witness, that time very unstable situation went on. Okay, early medieval unstable situation went on because of many kingdom fragmented means in small kingdom they got small kingdom. And after that what happened, when Delhi Sultanate advent or Delhi Sultanate made, so little stability and little stability happened in a political situation. So later we will read about Delhi Sultanate. Okay, later page we have about Delhi Sultanate. So little bit here some information about Delhi Sultanate. And mostly these sultans who made Delhi Sultanates, they came from Iran, Afghanistan, and this is the time Delhi Sultanate they established their rule. And from here another medieval period started. Mostly we can see around 13th century. This Delhi Sultanate period started till the Mughal period. Understood? Till the Mughal period. Okay, in Delhi Sultanate when it started, so influence of Islam became visible. Hindu began to learn Persian language, and Persian also become official language of rulers. Then many Persian words found India went way into vocabulary. So here you can see another thing, women also elite class enjoyed freedom. Elite class means the rich class, from the kingdom rule, they got what? Many privilege. But women from common background only they had to stay under 4 walls. Okay, of the 4 walls they have to stay. That is means very bad situation for common women. And child marriages that time prevalent. Polygamy, that means more than one wife marriages that time prevalent during the Sultanate time, medieval period, that means. And also here bonded labor also prevalent, that means labor work also prevalent that time. Some merits, demerits we got here in social condition, social organization attitude during the Delhi Sultanate rule. And now we have to see what economic condition in the Sultanate time. What economic? There was general economic prosperity. Prosperity means economic was good that time, medieval period. Mineral wealth, agriculture formed the backbone of Indian economy that time. That means Indian subcontinent of Indian economy backbone that time. That means you can see mineral, agriculture, these all was a backbone. That means good economic condition that time. But another problem is what? Another problem is upper class got more facilities, but other people, masses not get. Okay, difference between upper class and common people, that is another problem. Upper class means mostly king, okay, king, maharajas, upper class, that is another problem. Another good thing in the medieval time, in around after 13th century also, what, commerce was well developed, because urbanization developed. Urbanization means small villages become a small trade center cities. So commerce, that means trade commerce, that means vyapar banijya develop. Vyapar banijya, you know, vyapar banijya developed that time, that is good thing also. And here is another point about Delhi Sultanate time. Another important topic is religion. So here is what, in here followers of different religion started living close quarters, understood? So when people people living from different religion together, they change what, this led the interchange. That means one person giving to culture, religion to another person, it made fusion of ideas, belief and practice. So one person giving to another, so another person, Hindu given some concept to Muslim given some concept to Hindu, so it made interchange in a religious thinking. It made good change or interchange in religious thinking. Then what happened here also in this period, actually another very important reform also happened. Two reformist movement also happened, Sufism and Bhakti movement. Later we'll get about very long way that Sufism what, Bhaktism what, these two movement happened. Sufism happened in Islam, okay, and Bhakti movement happened in Hinduism. And these two movement happened because of many caste system, because of this type of four type of casteism, and also upper class, lower class, and different type of social inequalities. And these two religion taught about what, one God. These two religion taught about God within oneself, and we can what we can do, we can get our God through true devotion. We can reach to God through true devotion. These things, the one God and true devotion, we can reach God. So these things Sufism and Bhaktism taught during the medieval period. So here we have got some concept about Bhakti movement, Sufi movement, and economical and social organization. So later we will learn about source of medieval period. Till then, please understand this video. I hope you will understand this knowledge. Till then, you wait for my next video. Thank you.